Welcome to another 49ers scouting session, the final 49ers scouting session before the draft, which is in about 48 hours. I'm Grant Cohn. That's Jack Hammer. Jack, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Today, we are going to be looking at the most infamous, the most hated, the Brett the Hitman Hart of 49ers Twitter. Everyone hates Mac Jones right now, although your guess is as good as mine as to which one of these quarterbacks is going to be good, which one is going to be bad. It could very well be Mac Jones. The guy had one of the best college football seasons ever in 2020. We're going to go back and watch him in his bowl game from 2019 against Michigan. Just a good team coached by Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, yep. And I wanted to look at this one because I think, in watching this one, you see all of Mac Jones' strengths, everything people talk about as his strengths, and you see all the things that people talk about as his weakness. They all show up in this game. The not making mistakes, the accuracy, seeing the field, getting the ball out quickly, those things all show up. But the not having the ability to make plays off schedule, not being able to, not having the strongest arm, you're going to see those things too. And then what's really interesting about this game was when you go back and you look at what Justin Fields put up against Michigan in 2019 as well. Ooh. They both played against Michigan, obviously, because Ohio State plays Michigan every year. They both ended up with 327 total yards. They both threw 25 passes in their game. Jones hit 16 and Fields hit 14. So,
as even as you could get.
It really is. And just, it's just different styles. He was a little bit more, a little bit more accurate, I guess, if you want to say that, with the
more conventional, whereas some of Fields' yards came on the ground.
Yeah, 25 yards rushing.
But the end result was basically the exact same thing.
Yeah, basically the same thing. Yeah, the only difference was for Ohio State, Dobbins ran for over 200 yards. And as we'll see in this game with Najee Harris, he picks up a lot of his yards at the end of the game when they're just running out the clock. He actually shut him down really well throughout the early part of the game.
And it's worth noting, I guess, that the one perceived weakness or issue with Mac Jones that we're not going to see on this film is the thing about him and drinking, I guess, because he had a DUI, and then there's a video going around of him at, I don't know, a club or something, looking just tanked. So that's a whole different issue. And if the Niners don't take Mac Jones, it might be more about that than about what we're going to watch. So keep that in mind, that is part of the puzzle here. And it occurred to me, like, there are two jobs that you need a squeaky clean background for if you want in America. It's like president and quarterback. You could have more of a checkered past and be a senator than be a quarterback. It's like you have some scandal in your life. You might overcome that and get voted in. But if you were at a party when you were 21, these teams may not trust you to throw a football. I don't know. It's high stakes here, guys. But anyway, that might be the thing that actually affects him more than anything. Let's watch what's on film.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
All right. Here we go. Oh, let me go slow motion because I just can't. It goes way too fast in fast motion. Life moves too fast, as Coach Bueller would say. All right, let's do this. All right.
So this first play is really interesting because they run a lot of RPOs at Alabama. So this first play actually is an RPO look with a deep ball coming behind it. So they're actually. You see the fake deep ball, the fake RPO there to the left, takes a couple more steps back, and then he launches it deep to I don't remember who number 4 was for them
Judy.
that year. Was that Judy?
Judy.
It's for a deep one here. That's the start of the game, first play of the game.
And he can't really drive into the throw. It seems like he's got pressure in his face, and he gets a little weight transfer, but not like 8 hitches.
No, that's about all he does. That's about the maximum of his He hitches into throws every once in a while, but most of it is similar to that. He's not going to throw the ball any deeper than what we just saw right there. His that's what I'm saying. We are going to see his arm strength. He can't throw the ball more than 50, 52 yards downfield.
In that sense, his arm strength is a little bit like Jimmy Garoppolo or Nick Mullins. We haven't seen a guy on the Niners throw it 70 yards since Kaepernick.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing. It's his deep ball. He can throw that 20-yard out with no problem. It's just that deep ball, and that's something I don't know. Maybe they can work on that down the road with him. I don't know.
Yeah, you can always add arm strength. It looks like this throw though. It's a guy moving across the field, and he hits him in stride over the shoulders. Nice throw.
Yeah.
It could be really any better than that.
No, you get him if you get him where he can hit his back foot and he can drive the ball without having to wait on it or anything like that.
Right.
He's going to be fine. He's got to get that ball up and down quick.
And it's just a throw that Jimmy doesn't even attempt anymore. It's a throw that the Niners really don't have someone that hits consistently. So yeah, I mean, is he better than Trey Lance and Justin Fields? I don't know. Is he better than Jimmy Garoppolo? Well, Jimmy doesn't throw this ball anymore.
Yeah, I think all three of these guys are going to be better.
Yeah, I think that's what it's amazing to hear Shanahan say that too. It's like basically there's 5 rookie quarterbacks that I've never seen in the NFL that I would rather have than Jimmy Garoppolo right now. It's like, okay, how do you really feel though?
Yeah, and he always said that about three or four times, right?
Exactly.
Picture
Jimmy at home being like, "Hey, thanks, coach."
Exactly.
Appreciate it, coach.
We saw the fake RPO to start the game, and they come right back here the next play, another RPO, a little out in front of them. Yeah. Not a terrible ball, but a little bit out in front of him. Nice hands catch by Smith.
Gotta love DeVonta Smith. What an absolute stud. Great release, catching traffic, 160-pound man, no fear, almost breaks a tackle. Sorry, we're not looking at DeVonta Smith. Nice throw though.
It's a really nice catch by him. It's interesting because Michigan, with this defensive coordinator, he's no longer there, but they were always extremely aggressive with their man coverage and things like that. And attacking the line of scrimmage. So that's part of why they do a good job of stopping the run in this game and make it tough for Jones.
You notice though with Jones as opposed to Fields, like when they run RPOs at Ohio State, the throws are to the sideline.
Generally, yeah, they're either a curl or an out most of the time. Every once in a while they run the slant, but it's not as often.
Yeah, and Mac Jones is much more the in-breaking routes.
Yeah, they run a lot more, but because
that's like the Niners.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're going to get better, yard after catch with that because the guy's moving instead of in a stop position or running to the sideline.
Great point.
Okay. So there's going to be a run here on first down, and then they're going to run, gets them to 2nd and 8. And this is just a little wide receiver screen.
Mm-hmm.
It was really interesting. I went back and watched some 2012 tape of Washington with RG3 when he was there. And the amount of screens that Shanahan called that season was really impressive.
Yeah.
You saw, especially like even in their first game of the season against New Orleans, the first possession of the season, they pretty much ran screen right, screen left, screen right, screen left, all the way down the field.
I remember that game. And I remember that was always like a big difference between Shanahan's version of the pistol offense and Roman's and Harbaugh's.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Real quick, something just occurred to me. Let's go all the way back to the beginning, and then I'll come back. Okay, first play of the game, Sarkisian calls a shot. Shanahan would like to do stuff like this too, first play of the game, and has in the past, and it doesn't work out because, McMullen's missed, and I've talked about you got to get these guys into the game, into the rhythm of the game. I mean, first throw of the game to just nail it, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point. I didn't really think of that, but yeah, I remember that like the Philadelphia game, right? That was one of the ones that everybody
maybe Nick Mullins hits this throw in the third quarter, but to ask him to do this in the first throw of the game is a mistake, as we've learned. They asked Mac Jones to do it, and he nailed it. This was 2019.
Yeah.
So just occurred to me.
Fourth start of his career.
Yeah, nice, confident kid. All right, let's move on back to where we were. Did I miss this? No. Okay.
That was a little screen. Yeah. Then here on 3rd and 6, he's gonna misread this. He thinks he's got cover 2 or that corner is going to be dropping back. The corner's got his eyes on him the whole way. So as soon as he stops to throw the ball, he stops as well and does a really nice job. Almost,
reminds me of that throw that Jimmy Garoppolo made to win the game against Pittsburgh in 2019. Dante Pettis caught it. Other side of the field.
Similar. This one he's not sticking it on him or stopping him as much as like that. So that's why the defender is able to get there. But it's just a little bit of a misread. I think I don't think he realized when he's dropping back. It looks like 24 is turning right to run, but he's got his eyes in the backfield.
Yeah, I guess he's thinking it's gonna be. I don't know. He's just fooled by the coverage.
Yeah, he's fooled by the coverage. He thinks the corner is going to drop back. I'm not sure why I think he sees the 3 deep and thinks that maybe they're just going to play off.
But it's a 3-man rush and you got 5 underneath. It's like a kind of an exotic coverage on 3rd and 6.
Yeah,
and he's going to see this in the NFL because you are not a rushing threat. You're going to see 3-man rushes, this kind of stuff. Can you beat it?
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
on this one, if he throws this behind him and stops him, it might be a completion.
Yeah.
But because he throws it out in front of him, it's covered well. But even if it's behind him and the guy makes the catch, it's going to be a tough catch because he's going to be getting hit.
Yeah. But this right here is why like a defensive coordinator might say, see, I'd rather have Justin Fields, because if it's Fields here, it really limits the coverages you have. You probably be less inclined to rush 3 because there's bigger rushing lanes. You'll have to have some type of spy on him, or 2-man is definitely out of the question. It limits what you can do, right?
It does to an extent. It would be interesting to go back and watch Michigan against Ohio State and see how they get at him, because he doesn't get a lot of running. I know he gets hurt in that game a little bit too. So you know,
that's another thing about Justin Fields. It seems like he gets hurt on the football field more than these other guys have
so far.
Anyway, let's talk about Mac Jones. Sorry about that.
No, it has.
Yeah.
So that's the end of this possession.
Okay. So that could have been a pick, predetermined read, the kind of thing that could be an interception in the NFL.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. And then the second possession, it comes Daystar off here with a little run. Michigan does a really good job shutting them down early, so they're not getting a ton of runs.
Second and 7.
Yeah, 2nd and 7, you're going to get a play action right here, and you're going to get, this is their the middle receiver here is going to run a through route. He's going to run deep down the field. In the bottom, you're going to get the dagger route, which is like a dig. This is a really nice play. He gets hit right in the mouth as he throws the ball.
Oh, I like this. Turns his back. Resets. Yeah.
He's got pressure coming off his backside. He kind of resets over to the right because he's got the pressure, and then he gets hit right in the face as he's throwing the ball. So he kind of
doesn't immediately go there with his eyes either. It looks left first.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to hold the defense over there a little bit.
Ooh. 4's going to hit him.
Yeah, they're going to sandwich him.
Oh. Yeah, that's a hell of a throw.
That's
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's his area of the field. That's the other part about the 2019 Alabama film. When you hear people talking about how he's not getting pressured, you got to go back and watch 2019, because the 2019 Alabama team wasn't as good as 2020, and their pass protection wasn't up to par. Yeah,
I mean, Tua got hurt.
Yeah, that was part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Then they're gonna have that was the run. They got a little screen right here.
Okay.
This is something you would see with the 49ers too, because this screen's actually to the receiver, number 19.
Yes.
They're going to run that play action across the field.
Yes.
And bring it back. 29 does a really nice job of breaking that up, because they're in that man coverage. It just makes it so tough to run screens when they are uptight on you.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. We got 3rd and 10. This is good. This is some NFL stuff.
Yeah.
Drop
so here
we're going. Yeah.
What you're going to get here is you're going to get Smith's going to run a vertical. 17, Waddle's going to run about a 12-yard in, and then the tight end at the top of the screen, 87, he's going to run a shorter end, about 7 yards, I think it is.
Okay.
So he's reading that side of the field.
Got it.
You're going to get Smith's going to take the safety out of the middle.
Yep.
And he hits him and he drops it.
Oh.
It's not out in front of him. Hits him in the head, about his eyes. Maybe it's a little over his back. Maybe it's a little bit behind him just a tad. But that's a ball that should be caught.
Yeah, you got to catch that.
Yeah, it's right in this area. Just
the fact that we harp on that just shows you that we expect what we have come to expect from Mac Jones.
Yeah, and what we're talking, and I think we've done this with all the guys when we've been breaking them down, is really harp on that placement and everything. So that's a little bit of a bad one there, and drop.
Look at this.
So here, this is where you see the lack of the arm strength show up, because he's got this guy deep. He's got to move off this spot, and Waddle's too fast for him.
Interesting. Yeah. He outran his arm.
Yeah, that's the when you watch him throw his deep balls that are a lot of his deep balls to Waddle are the ones that are underthrown because Waddle's too fast for him. Because he throws this ball from the 15, He throws this ball 50 yards in the air. That's as far as he can get it though, because it's 15 to the 50. That's 35, so it's almost exactly at 50. It's a little bit shorter.
If he had 5 more yards on his arm, that's a completion.
Yeah, if either that
that's Ruggs, who's the fastest person on the team, 4.2.
Yeah,
that's Ruggs. Yep.
Okay, yeah, because he does that with Waddle and
both guys run 4.2s, I believe. Yeah.
So,
oof.
Yeah, he's got it. That's where, it's a bad miss, and that's where you see his lack of arm strength, because he's got to be able to, in order to hit this throw, he's got to get it out now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the ability to hold it and then let it go.
See, this is why I can understand why John Lynch, Adam Peters, if they are Trey Lance guys, feel that way, because if you believe that he can get to the point where he processes and as quickly as Mac Jones, you got to feel like the upside is so much higher because he can make this throw.
Yeah, he's going to make. He's got the arm to make that throw.
No question.
He's got the arm to make that throw. I don't think Justin Fields does.
Yeah, I that's an interesting point you made. I've seen it because Justin Fields actually hitches into these things, right?
He does.
Yeah.
He does. And he's not a. There's a lot of throws when you watch him throw the ball. His deep ball, the longest he's ever thrown it that we've seen on film, was that 61-yarder against Clemson. But the majority of the time, his ball goes about 50 to 55 yards.
Interesting.
So it's not like he's really airing it out a lot. He's
Lance is the one who can.
I think his receivers are a little slower.
Good point. So Lance is the one who could really uncork it 65, 70 yards.
Yeah, he's got the better arm of the.
Yeah.
He's got the best arm out of all of them.
Yeah.
And he can do it he can just do that off of his normal platform.
Yes. Okay, a little backwards throw.
Yeah, just that little 49ers, they just a little swing.
Yep, perfect. Yeah. That's definitely part of it. I'm going to Ayuk or Debo.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be Trent Taylor, but the Niners upgraded. Is Trent Taylor ever going to play football again? I wonder.
Probably not.
Well,
I mean, he's not signed right now, so who knows?
Yeah. Okay, so no, they come back to the screen, the right side. A lot of screens at Alabama. A lot of screens.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they run a lot of screens. Heavy screen game.
Good tackle.
So that sets them up with 3rd and 13.
Okay.
This is a miss too. He throws this one to 4.
Ooh.
But he's got. Yeah, exactly. He's got the cross open right behind him. Let's go with this ball too, because he's got the pressure coming right in his face. So I don't think he sees I don't think he sees 6 at this point because he's behind him and he doesn't see it. I think that's the problem on this one.
Hold on. Also, it looks like he's going to be
hit.
Yeah, like throwing this one off his back foot, which is what you got to do in the NFL. So pressure's in your face. You can't really step into this one and let it rip. You got to do that. And so he's not throwing it down the field. Could he get it to 6 off that from that little lot on that?
Yeah, he could have. It's not that. I don't think it's that hard for him to really turn on his back foot and make that throw.
Yeah, it's just another 10 yards. Really, it's not too much. That's just a bad read.
Yeah, I don't think he saw him. I think he missed him on this one.
So what I noticed with Jones is he's very decisive. He usually gets a good pre-snap indication of where he needs to go with the ball, but he doesn't always go through his progressions or get to number 2 or number 3. You know what I mean? He gets the ball out quick.
I think I think a lot of it is based off of where he's expecting everybody to be, so it helps him get it out.
And he gets a good pre-snap indicator.
Yeah, the one thing that's interesting with him, he's got a super twitchy throw. The ball comes out of his hand
very quickly. Yes, it does.
Yeah, compared to the other guys. So that's one of the things that I like with him compared to Fields is that's the difference between. That's one of the biggest differences where he actually steps up above him from a quarterback perspective, a thrower.
Yeah, when I was talking to Jim Moore Jr., it seems like he's like, I like them both, but if you want to run an offense with a bunch of screens and not that much quarterback movement, then you want Mac Jones. If you want an offense with not that many screens and a lot of quarterback movement, then you want Justin Fields. I would rather have Justin Fields, but if Kyle would rather have Mac Jones, I get it. That's basically what he said.
Yeah, no, I understand that because you're not going to get a ton of play action rollouts and stuff like that with Mac Jones. That's what you'll be getting with Lance or Fields.
Right. Or the zone read or anything like that. But with Jones, you can get all these RPO stuff, all the screen stuff, all the slants, do a lot of it, and he can throw downfield too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And say on the field, though, is the question with Mac Jones. Gotta say it. I mean, dude, what are you doing? He looked like Johnny Manziel in the video, dude. Like, come on. With the little money making sign, that is so played out too. Oh God. Anyway, not my son. Not my sorry, man. I'm not his agent. Anyway, this is a nice throw. Let's see.
Yeah, this is our little bench route that they run all the time. Unblocked guy off the edge, slides over, hits him.
This is exactly what you got to do in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. He's getting pressure. He's unblocked. He's able to get away from him.
Yep. Buy enough time.
Mm-hmm.
Throw off platform.
Yeah, it's where that little, the quick get, that's a ball right there that how quickly that ball goes from the time he needs to throw it till it comes out of his hand. That's not going to be a completion for Justin Fields. He doesn't, I don't think. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you take too long getting the ball out of your hands here, it's a fumble. I mean, look at this. This is almost looking like Brady in the tuck rule. I mean, this is Brady. This is Charles Woodson. Brady Woodson. Brady Woodson. Ball's out quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does kind of.
Yeah. Woo! Could have been the tuck rule. Nice play, Mac. What we're saying is he's better than Tom Brady, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally.
Yeah.
we don't want to we don't want to oversell him or anything, but he's definitely better than Tom Brady.
Okay, handoff. There's going to be a lot of these in this game. All right.
Yeah, and then 2nd and 6, it's play action, and we're going to see him stepping up quick around the pressure, and he's just not able to get the ball out.
Interesting.
He gets a break. It's pass interference because the guy's all over him, but you got to get that ball up and out.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't have arm strength. It's no surprise. We've seen it, and if he's going to throw like that without much, just really your arm, pretty much, it's not going to be a lot on it.
Yeah, there's no leg on that throw. There's no lower half really helping him drive the ball at all.
No,
it's hopping up so quick.
Arm, wrist, yeah,
a
flick. Not Aaron Rodgers.
No, not at all. That's where he needs to. That's what he needs to. He needs to work on his platform. I don't know what he's. Yeah. I don't know. He overthrew all of his balls at his pro day, so maybe it's his arm stronger now.
Hey, he gets the flag too. So good decision. Heady play.
He threw it to the right spot. It's just again, like I said at the beginning, you're going to see the lack of arm strength show up.
Yeah, it's not like we need to make a point of it every play. Like, hey, guess what? We discovered Mac Jones doesn't have his strongest arm. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
As one coach described it to me, it's nothing overpowering. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's totally what it is.
Nothing overpowering, but it's deadly accurate, and the anticipation is phenomenal, and so is the decision making. That's why you like him.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for with him. And they're going to run, play action rollout on this one. It's an incompletion. The receiver kind of gets tied up at the top of the route. He's expecting him to be coming back like they normally do on their curls. I think that's part of why this ball's so far over it is. When you watch it from the all-22, you can see Smith gets up to the top of his route. They kind of get tied up, and then you almost see him take like a little step back up the field. It's weird. Just watch Smith at the top. He's got him. Looks like he's going to have him right here, but you see him.
Oh, yeah. And he said he hesitates too. Like, he's not throwing to me, is he?
Yeah, he's kind of hesitating on this one. The whole, like he's not yeah. See how he turns and looks back and everything? Yeah. So that's
Devontae Smith is so consistent at aggressively coming back to the ball. I can see Mac Jones expecting that here.
Yeah, because that's what they should be doing. They should be driving on I guess almost like a comeback. Is how that route should be run. We see that all the time. You see that because Ohio State runs this a lot, right?
Yeah.
You'll see Justin Fields rolling out to the right, and they run that comeback that he hits on the move. That's really what that is.
Yeah.
Just gets tied up with him.
Yeah. Miscommunication or poor route by Devontae Smith.
Yeah, something there.
Okay, flag.
Yeah, so you got the run. There was the false start.
It's 3rd and 10. Boom. I love these. Okay, great.
Yeah, so 3rd and 10, they go empty again. He's going to get some pressure and try to step up. That's what he primarily does, but there's nowhere to go. They get pressure up the middle on this one. So now he's got to move, and he just gets the ball out of his hands.
Good decision.
Yeah, he gets called. Yeah, if you watch, he just gets drilled into the ground. I don't think we'll see it here. The balls, I think they follow the ball, but he just gets smashed.
Man. 65. Go. Nice little move to get away. I mean, quicker than Jimmy Garoppolo, and nice to get the ball away. And he gets the call. So nice.
Yeah, he gets drilled into the ground, and you like the fact that he's throwing the ball away. Right, he's out of the pocket, and he's getting rid of the ball. He's just living to play another down. It's not a stupid throw where he's, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're talking Justin Fields, Indiana. I'm sorry, but Justin Fields did that. When Justin Fields is in this situation, he holds the ball. He's more athletic than Mac Jones, so he gets himself in, I guess, more dangerous situations. And there's a play against Indiana where he's basically getting hit like this, and he's like 3 inches away from the field. He's like parallel to it, and he throws the ball up over here, and the other team catches it. It's like, dude, what did you just do? Did you just panic and throw the ball away? Yes. So this is better. Good decision. Decision making is an innate trait. It's just good.
Or even take it back to 49ers, right? Go back to Nick Mullins more than once in 2020.
Yep.
And getting stuck in this situation and put, turning the ball over because he doesn't get the ball out of bounds. Jimmy Garoppolo in the Super Bowl,
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
At least that ball's out of the way. It's out of the field. It's not. He's not even trying to get it by anybody. Not making any pretenses about what he's doing. He just
right. And I think Nick Mullins is a good example. Like, he's so smart. He's so great in practice and in the meetings. And people say, well, if he's so smart, then why does he turn the ball over? Because decision making and intelligence have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah. So
completely
agree. What we saw with Nick Mullins is he's a very smart guy who tends to, under pressure, will panic and give the ball to the other team and make bad plays worse. We've seen him do it. So if people question that about Justin Fields, they're not saying he's dumb. It's nothing to do with that. He could be brilliant. But what do you do? What is your instinct when you're under pressure and things are going? I think there's chaos. That's different. And this is good instinct here.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, because I hear so many people get upset when people, when they talk about the slow processing and that kind of stuff. And what are you talking about? He got Harvard, and no, they're not even. We're not talking about his intelligence. We're talking about his ability to see and get the ball out of his hand. It's not book smart.
It's an instinct. It's a natural ability, as just like quick twitch running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so he throws it away. They get the first down, and then they're going to run the ball here twice for a touchdown.
Okay, cool. Let's make up some time on the first half here.
Yeah,
so they're losing still. It's a good game. Good job, Michigan. Thank you for giving us something to evaluate. Because with Alabama, like, the game's over in the second quarter, and it's like, well, there's no pressure on Mac Jones. This isn't exactly what he's going to be facing in the NFL, but this is a good game.
Right. Yeah, that's usually what happens with him.
Yeah, cool.
So first down, they run the ball here. This is going to be a nice play. They lost yardage there, so they're stuck on 2nd and 13. Watch how quickly this one breaks apart.
Ooh, this is exactly what he's going to face in the NFL. Nice. Nice.
And he's got Ruggs coming across the middle, and he's able to hit him.
Yeah, you got an immediate problem with 4 right in your face. You got chaos. You're holding the ball. Are you going to make a good decision for your team? Or are you going to panic and make a bad play worse? This is good stuff from Mac Jones. This is his 4th start. He's not an experienced quarterback. This is just his instinct. This is how he plays. Yeah,
I mean, he sees what's going on right away. Watch his feet on this one. He doesn't even try to drop back. He sees that he's got pressure, and he immediately steps up. He doesn't even normally he's going to be dropping back here.
And what you like about Mac Jones is how he's always stepping up.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, that, and just on this one, it's just being able to just recognizing that it's just this is just a bust of play. He's got to try to step up and whatever, and he's able to get the ball out. This is that second reaction kind of a play.
And it's like much more athletic. It takes a lot of natural ability to make something out of nothing here, and he does it.
Yeah, he's way more athletic than people want to.
Quick feet, quick release, quick decision making. Everything happens very fast here. If you go any slower, sack fumble.
Yeah, it's got to come out right now. He's got 3 guys.
Unreal. I'm sorry. How many times have we seen Jimmy or Nick Mullins fumble in a situation like this? The margin for error here is minimal. It's non-existent. Good for you, Mac. Nice play.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a nice one.
It was a nice one.
Yeah,
I can see why a coach likes him. I really do. I can also see why a GM or a scout would be like, okay, but Are you sure he hasn't peaked? Are you sure there's more there? Is this a top 5 quarterback in the league when he's 28? That's a fair question too.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I heard you have that conversation yesterday about the difference between the head coach and the way the head coach is going to look at it, and the way that personnel guy is going to look at it. And I could totally see that being why they're having that discussion, because I can see why Shanahan wants this guy and why they might want to not worry about it.
Potential gets you fired, and if they take Trey Lance and he struggles the first 2 years, then what's to stop Jed York from firing Kyle Shanahan and bringing someone else to coach Trey Lance? It happens all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. But if you take Mac Jones, that's your guy. No one else wants to coach him. So anyway.
Yeah,
this is a nice throw.
Yeah, so this is right here at the end of the end of the half, and hits his back foot. He doesn't really have to wait. He's able to get it up quick, and it's not the best throw because it is a little inside.
Yeah,
great. The receiver, does a good job of fighting through the man and getting there.
And you noted it's not Ruggs or Waddle. It's Devontae Smith, who runs more of a 4-5, and it's just a better match. And plus, he's great player.
Yeah, he's going to struggle to get the ball to Waddle, especially.
Yeah. Joe Montana would have struggled to get the ball to Cliff Branch. I mean, certain players fit certain players.
Well, there's a couple of things on this one. One of them, the college hashes are further out, so
True.
The ball's not going to have the travel as far if you're throwing that ball from the NFL.
Good point.
But when you compare, when you compare him to all the guys, they're all making this throw, right? Or have shown the ability to make it. You go back to the Justin Fields throw against Penn State. We broke that game down together, right? That same kind of, it was basically that route, right? They're running a wheel route, and he's able to fire that ball downfield, and he hits Olave 50 yards downfield, and Olave doesn't have the break stride. And then you see Jones throw that same ball to Waddle. Waddle has to slow down. Well, my question is, Olave's not as fast as Waddle.
No.
Both of those guys threw the ball the same distance.
Yeah.
It's just that one of them has a faster wide receiver, so he's got to get the ball out of his hands quicker in order to get it to that same spot on the field.
Absolutely, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Waddle and Ruggs are just as fast as Marquise Goodwin. I mean, they're Olympic fast.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what the situation is.
It's
3rd and 6. Good for Michigan. Let's see what he's got. And they're up 5. Oh, no, they're down 5. Well, at least they tried.
That touchdown right at the end gave Bama the lead.
Yeah, good point.
But
okay,
he's going to face pressure here real quick, and he's going to have Ruggs at the bottom of the screen. He's running a go route.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and he gets it up to him, and Ruggs doesn't. It's a little short. Should be caught though.
Yeah, a little inside again, but it should be caught. Oh yeah,
it hits him in both hands. He just something happens to him. He gets hurt on this play. Ruggs does.
Okay,
but I'm not sure. But look, again, another shot. I mean, that's one of the things. That's why I really like watching his 2019 film, because you see this kind of stuff, all the stuff that people say where he's not dealing with.
Yeah.
If you just watch him in 2019, he's dealing with it, in both against Auburn and against Michigan especially.
And remember, this is 3rd and 6. They're not taking a shot off play action on 1st and 10. 3rd and 6. Exotic blitz, pressure in your face. Make a decision, make a throw, take a shot, boom, no problem.
Yeah.
Now the guy drops it. It could have been a better throw, but still, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's got to be caught, but
yeah,
it's got to be. It could be a better throw, and for sure, he could have hit him in stride, right? If it was a little bit better throw.
Yeah, Tom Brady would have hit him in throw. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, get back to the screen game. That's something he's so good at. Even though it looks easy, he does it really well. Ball's out in front, chest high.
It's always in the same spot, right? When they run their little screen game, it almost seems, 99.9% of the time they're catching that ball moving forward or with it where they can catch it. They're not having to adjust.
Right.
I don't like to say always, because you can always go back and find that one time where they don't do it.
Of course. But to run these and have success, I mean, the difference in yards after the catch a lot of the time is how accurate the throw is.
Yeah. That's where
Niner fans understand that. That's why they appreciate Joe Montana so much in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, think about the personnel groups that the 49ers have right now. They're built to run after the catch.
Yep.
They don't have they have Ayuk. Ayuk's a deep weapon for them if they have a guy that can start getting the ball up to him.
he's also equally good after the catch. So yeah, they can use him that way too.
Yeah.
We're running.
I'm sorry, I started talking. So second,
all right.
Yeah, so yeah, they're going to throw it here, but he's got pressure on him quick, and you just got to get the ball out again. When he throws this ball away, he might have the guy down here at the bottom of the screen starting to come open, but he's got to get the ball out too quick, and he hasn't quite turned around yet. He's not sure.
So I'm not sure if he really has the arm strength to pull off that throw to Jeudy from that position. I mean, Lance does.
Yeah, at that point, at this point, he's throwing the ball already anyway, and
yeah. I mean, you're just not going to get Mac Jones creating a ton of plays from this spot on the field. When you get to this point in the play and he's rolling out and he's got a guy bearing down on him, I mean, that's where he's looking to throw the ball away, and that's fine. God love him. Don't make something worse happen.
Yeah. Well, there's two good parts about it, right? Don't make anything worse happen by throwing the ball and having some, or getting a fumble, and a sack is worse than what he does here.
No question.
Well,
you lose yards, you lose the down. It's very bad.
So it's, I'd rather have a guy throw the ball away than the other, any of those other things.
Okay, let's see what he does on 3rd and 15, up 5, midway through the third quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a false start right here, so it's going to become 3rd and 20.
That's too bad. Well, okay. Well, they're not going to be asking him to convert a 3rd and 20 pass to sticks, or will they? Let's see. I mean, okay to call it a run here or a screen.
No, they're gonna throw it.
Oh, nice.
Michigan's doing, they're doing their normal thing. They're playing their man coverage.
Okay.
With too high, that's what they do. But they do the too deep. Really helps them. They do a really good job. They're covered really well across the board, and that safety is going to come down and make the tackle on the
tight end. Yeah,
the tight end.
I see. So Sarkisian does a good job of scheming up this one-on-one in space, tight end against the safety, and the safety does a good job.
Yeah, he does. Well, that's not what if you go through it, what happens is the guy that's supposed to cover him gets tied up. 28's covering him. Or 20. He gets caught up in the deeper route.
Yeah.
It's an interesting play. I mean, Michigan just does a really good job throughout this game of covering.
Tackling. Yeah, covering, tackling.
And tackling.
Mm-hmm. Kittle could have got this first down. I don't know who his 87 character is, but gotta do better than that. Dwelly would have got that first down.
Nobody's gonna think of Forrestall as
no
George Kittle, that's for sure.
No. All right, here we are in the 4th quarter. They're still up 5. It's still a game. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, so they're going to start off here with a little screen out to the left. Wait, where am I? Okay, I got to get on track here.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's a run here on first down. They lose a yard.
2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. He's going to get the ball knocked down here.
Uh-oh. 4th quarter Jimmy Garoppolo vibes. Just kidding. Uh-oh. Play.
I think he's going to the tight end on the little curl.
88, 87. Yeah.
Based off of where the ball gets knocked down. So it sets up 3rd and 11. So you got the bunch out here. You're going to get. It's going to be a really nice throw on that out route for a first down.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. That is nice. This is Jimmy-ish. Jimmy can do this too, at least when he's confident.
They give him better protection on that one. He's able to step into it and put it out there.
Beautiful. I always like to appreciate the anticipation. He's throwing it now. The wide receiver is here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's every time. Every time. Hasn't even made his break yet. Not looking at it. You got to love it.
Yeah.
Not every quarterback does that.
No, it's all about the anticipation.
Yeah. Now, it seems like sometimes quarterbacks are relying on anticipation when they go to their new team in the NFL. If the team isn't good, guy hasn't seen a lot of NFL coverages, could be a lot of picks early on. I mean, it happened to Peyton Manning. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a bust. It just takes a little time for these pocket quarterbacks to learn sometimes. Or there was Joe Burrow last year. He played very well. So maybe this guy will hit the ground running.
Yeah, it could help him too because there's going to be so much stuff that's the same. But here we
point.
This is their over route. We see the 49ers run this all the time. The guy deep, the guy coming over the top, right behind the linebackers, puts it right on him.
Yeah. Used to be Marquise Goodwin, Pierre Garçon.
And he's getting hit in the pocket again.
Yeah, this is the most NFL looking game that I've seen from Mac Jones. A lot of the time, it's like, man, this guy is just chilling. But in this game, he's getting knocked around like Nick Mullins.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. He steps up into this one and he gets hit right in the chops.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten hit right in the chops like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, he has.
They add up. That's the thing. They really do. You played this. I didn't play the position. You played the position. But from everything I heard, if you can get 8, 9 hits on a quarterback, it takes its toll all of a sudden. They're seeing ghosts. Maybe they're not seeing the field as well. They're dropping their eyes. Hurts.
Mhm.
It's pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you see it in this game. It's constant, and he's kind of gone. He's been up and down. He hasn't been super good throughout the whole game, but then all of a sudden he has that really nice out. He got that nice over, and they're all the way down to the 20. And now he's going to throw a touchdown to the tight end on a little delay.
Yep.
And he's got him. And
footwork. Look at the footwork, the confidence.
Yeah, just watch him. He gets to the top of it and just kind of just drift to his left just a little bit to give.
Love that. You see Patrick Mahomes constantly drifting when he gets back. It's like you got to buy a little extra time and make throws falling away constantly in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And if you can't, you're going to fail. If you can, you got a chance. This guy seems like he can do it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for him is I think we talk about the change going from Alabama college to the NFL is if he comes to the 49ers, I think that transition is going to be really it's not going to be that difficult for him because he's been doing so much of it on a regular basis at Alabama.
Right.
I mean, if you go through his film and you compare it to some film from the 49ers, you can find plays that he's running that are the same play down to the formation, the motion, and the routes.
Right. Because Sarkisian was the offensive coordinator at Atlanta immediately after Kyle Shanahan and wanted to keep as much of that offense intact as possible because it was so successful. The players were comfortable with it. And he did do that. He built it, and now he brought it to Alabama.
Yeah, that was one of the things he was actually they told him he had to do. It was part of his job when he went to Atlanta. Was he had to implement to try to keep that system in place.
Yep.
They're well covered here. He's pressured. He decides to step up. He just doesn't. He's not an athlete, right? He's an athlete, but he's not a scrambler. He's not a guy you're going to expect to really.
Right.
And they do, and he starts to get through here, but Michigan does a nice job also on defense of taking away the running lanes.
Michigan's doing a great job on defense. Everything they've had to get on offense they had to work for in this game. Really. I mean, except for that first play. Except for that first play of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hit him early.
But then everything else has been a struggle for Alabama. And Mac Jones, every time he makes a play, it seems like he takes a hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's watch this one here. There's nobody open on this one. They're well covered on all 3 areas of the field.
Yep.
That's the third and 9 play right there. There's just nobody there.
Throwaway.
Yeah,
it's about the third throwaway of the game for him. This is his 4th start. He just seems like Trey Lance, a good decision maker.
Yeah, well, he threw. We've got 25 passes in this game. He was 16 of 25, and that's the 3rd or 4th ball that we've seen him throw out of bounds on purpose.
Like it. I mean, the one interception that he almost threw early in the game wasn't necessarily a bad decision. It was a bad read. That's different.
Right.
That's different.
Correct.
If he had read it correctly and just threw it up anyway, it was like, you only live once. That's a bad decision.
I understand what you're saying. The point you're trying to make there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
So they're going to run game. They're trying to. So it's a run on first down, run on second. So it's going to leave them with 3rd and 4.
Beautiful. And
then this is going to be their last pass, but this is a really nice one because you're going to see him work across the field here.
Great.
You start off in the little bunch out here to the left.
Very 49er-ish.
Yep. It's the bench route, right? And it's covered pretty well. And he goes back off to the right side. You don't really see them do that often. Usually they're hitting that guy coming from the top to the bottom, number 4.
Yeah.
44 does a really good job of staying in there and causing them to have to get off of it.
It's clear Michigan is trying to take away Judy. Judy's a stud. Everyone knows about Judy. So they give up 87, who I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And Jones goes to the right spot.
Goes to the right spot, and they convert that one for a first down. And that's really, again, they're icing the game at this point.
Yeah. Good decision. Yeah.
Yep. And then after this, they're running the ball the rest of the way. But I do want you to just skip forward there's one run I want to show.
Sure.
So skip forward to the third run from that one. I mean, heck, Najee Harris. When you watch him at the end of this game, he's just dragging people.
The human victory cigar.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's just.
Oh God, Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, he's just not going down. He just decided he was going to take over here at the end of this and run the clock out.
Wow. Yeah, the Niners could use a guy like that.
Yeah, this was the I wanted to kind of just tell a little joke on that one, because if you go back to it, right? If you remember Justin Fields against Michigan State, right? Everybody got super excited when he handed the ball off on that one time, and the guy ran for a touchdown and he chased him down the field. Well, let's watch Mac Jones. I mean, look at the athleticism. I mean, he gets up there and he blocks the guy in the back. And
okay, let's check it out in slow motion. Mac Cam. All right, he carries out the fake expert, and now he's going to
catch him. He's 12 yards behind him. He's going to catch him. Watch. Look at that speed. Look at that.
Oh!
Look at that. He's having fun. Look at that. He's getting in there blocking.
15 felt his presence big time.
Yeah, he just blocked Kwity Paye right there.
Hey, man, that's a competitor. That's an athlete. Oh,
right.
Man. Oh, here he goes. Oh, wait. I'm going to get some action. I'm going to get some of that. I want it. Where's 15?
Let me get it. Let me hit somebody.
What'd you say? That's right.
That's not fair. Somebody else actually. Pays 19, but
oh
man.
Either way, and he has his face too. Yeah, you like that. And his face at the end too. You felt me touch you in the back lightly. You felt me touch you lightly.
Exactly.
That's all day.
I'm going to be here all day, man.
All right, that's the game.
Yeah, that's the game.
Okay, so look, I totally get Kyle watching this film being like, first of all, that's my offense. Don't give Sarkisian credit for that. He stole my offense. That's first of all. Second of all, this kid is running my offense better than my $100 million adult right now. Right now. I could see Kyle being like, look, yeah, you can sell me on Trey Lance and try to project and da-da-da-da. All I know is I watched the film and I'm seeing my offense and a kid run it better than my guy. He's younger, cheaper, healthier. Can't we just make this simple and take this one guy? That's what he's probably thinking, right?
That's what I think. If this is the pick, that's what I'm thinking that's taking place here. Is that he's seeing him out there and he's seeing all this stuff, and he's like, look at this guy. He's doing everything that I've ever said that I need out of a quarterback. You know, we talked about this a while back. His introductory press conference. He might as well just come up and say he's got Matt Ryan right here, because that's what he's really looking at.
Right. And then what the scouting staff will say is, yeah, I hear you. But Trey Lance can do this too. Maybe not yet, but maybe if you give him a year or two, and then he can do so much more. I don't know. It's hard to refute or prove that one way or another. There's just so little evidence with Trey Lance, but there's more evidence with Mac Jones, more throws. And although Trey Lance is under center, this is the Kyle Shanahan offense basically from the pistol. I can see why Kyle would lean this way. It's just he's got to listen to his scouting staff. If everyone disagrees with him, the last time he was on a ledge by himself, he picked Joe Williams. He should probably respect these people. They put in more homework than he does. And even though he thinks he's right, he would at least be smart to listen, be open-minded.
Yeah, and I think that's why they haven't shut the door on it, you know, and they say that it's still a discussion. I mean, who knows? I can see both sides of it. If I'm him, I want this quarterback because I know that I can plug him in and we're going to go and we can run it right now. This guy, I don't know what I'm going to get out of him. It's a little bit more of a toss up, but I'm not worried about it. If it's either of these two guys, I'm really excited about the potential. If it's Fields, I'm not quite as excited, but hey, throw the ball out there and let's see what he does.
I mean, Jones and Trey Lance are basically your two favorite quarterbacks in the draft.
Correct.
You like Trey Lance, maybe even more than I do. You kind of got me to change my mind on him. And as enthusiastic about Lance as you are, you just like Jones that much more, which is very interesting. It seems like when you watch the tape of him, there's a lot to like. And if you're going to not take him, it's because you're questioning his ability to improve, pass where he is, and the stuff off the field, which is legit.
Yeah, I think the stuff off the field. I mean, here's the deal with the stuff with the deal off the stuff off the field. The DUI was he was right out of high school.
No question.
That's a bad deal. But that's a bad deal. But some of
But
this other stuff,
if it's an isolated incident, you can't. He's a kid.
yeah, and these guys party. He shouldn't have been on camera. I mean, you're not going to tell me that these guys aren't out doing stuff. It's it's a bad look. Nick Bosa, remember Nick Bosa when in 2019, all the stuff that we were hearing about Nick Bosa and his Twitter and all this stuff. Remember all of the big, but did anybody really care about that in Ninerland outside of a few people? No, because they like Nick Bosa. They wanted Nick Bosa. True. So if you like the player, it's not a big deal. If you don't like the player, it's a huge deal. Yeah. And that's that's just the way that it rolls. So if, they got to hope that if they do end up pulling the trigger on this guy, if Kyle, that's the guy Shanahan wants, and that's the guy that he pounds the table for, and they get him. The only way that it works out for them is if he comes out and he plays like he's supposed to play, right?
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, they're going to pick somebody, and then we're all going to get to watch it play out. And the cool part is that you and I can do this. We're going to be here after these guys are all gone.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That is
right.
True. That is true. The only thing, I guess, with Mac Jones and the DUI, if it happened when he was like 18 or 19, you don't write off a kid because of that. But if he is a partier and he is a drinker, he's supposed to be a franchise quarterback. And what I was trying to say about quarterbacks and senators, like, as soon as you're a franchise quarterback for a team, you're no longer 22. You don't get that type. You're 45, and you're expected to carry yourself like a CEO of a company. And if you don't, and if you're this kind of guy, they'll write you off by the time you're 24. It's very unforgiving. But ask Dwayne Haskins about it. I mean, come on. Dwayne Haskins is like 23 right now and is out of the league. No, he's basically a third stringer in Pittsburgh because he partied once. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So you got to do your homework here.
Yeah, I hear you. That's why you see today on Twitter the opposite, right? You got the Mac Jones partying stuff, and then on the Mac Jones Twitter, you got him hanging out with kids in Alabama. So it's all perception and trying to manage that perception.
No doubt. And I don't know what's true. I mean, maybe he was just at a concert having a good time and nothing bad happened. Who knows? That's for them to find. That's for the Niners to find out. Because right now it's becoming a situation where if they do take Mac Jones, it'll be unpopular with the fans, unpopular with the media, and you'll have people like Ann Killian, Tim Kawakami asking very moralistic questions. Ooh, tough. And that's the kind of stuff that Jed York hates. He's been trying to clean up the team, win with class, blah, 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 blah. So they got a big decision to make. Based on the film, they can certainly justify Mac Jones. It'll be a tougher sell to the fan base. But if you watched our breakdown today, you might be a little bit more open-minded. Jack, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see what happens in 2 days. Yes. Kyle, good luck.